Hi, I'm Negan, and I do not appreciate you stealing my subscribers. Hey guys!
Howdy!
Today we are talking about the season finale of The Walking Dead. Who did Negan kill?
We've been watching a lot of videos on it, looking for a lot of stuff online.
Trying to work out who it was, watching the episode more than once.
We've been going crazy. So, we've gone so crazy, we decided to write 4 double-paged papers on going through every single character on why they could die and why they couldn't.
We're not like experts at this.
No.
This is our opinion on what we thought has happened.
We're going through each character, going through why they could be alive, why they could die, and we'll be seeing how likely it is for them to survive. We'll be going in order of most likely to survive to least likely. This could be a long video, so strap yourselves in.
Stay tuned! Number 1, Rick Grimes.
So the reason he might die is that he's the leader. Obviously, like, the biggest person to kill would be the leader, so Negan will show himself off. It'd be a pretty big thing to carry on with.
Also, in the comics he's already dead, right? Yeah, I think in the comics he's already dead, so it would pretty much kind of be an easy kill.
Another thing is that, if you remember right, Stephen Ogg, who played Trevor in GTA 5, he said to Rick at the beginning, "You might die today." Could be foreshadowing, maybe? Rick is also very happy right now, he's in a good spot, never a good thing for a character, chance he might die.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Negan kind of said that he might feed him his son's eye. He might feed him Carl's eye.
While he was beating up the person. So that kind of hints that it isn't Rick, because if Rick was getting beat up, why would they feed Rick Carl's eye?
On top of that, also, he's probably going to want to play with Rick. Obviously, since he's the leader, he's going to want to control him, try and get everyone on his side and all that. There's going to be a lot happening with Rick next season, we think. So we're pretty sure he's like 99% safe.
Yeah. Number 2,
Carl. So he might die because, I mean, I know that some fans don't really like him. They find him quite annoying. The easy thing is just get rid of him. Some people think that I cannot like him. It'd be pretty bad for Negan to kill off a kid. That'd be a pretty harsh entrance. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah. That would probably be one of the biggest deaths, actually. A
Yeah.
kid.
And it would really annoy Rick. That would really get
Really
Rick.
annoy him. You would go crazy.
Yeah, Rick would be massively peed off.
Yeah, he would. And another thing, like I said before, why would he feed Carl's eye to Rick if he was beating up Carl?
And there's also seems like, from what we've heard, there's going to be a lot of story with Carl and Negan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're pretty much 99% sure again that he's safe.
Yeah.
Those two are pretty much
It,
right,
like
they
the
go.
safest ones right now. Number 3.
Biggie Maggie. Maggie might die because, I mean, there is no bigger shock value than killing off a woman who is pregnant.
Yeah.
That would affect everyone so bad. Fans wouldn't expect it. It'd be so shocking.
That would be so unexpected.
I think that would go down in history as a very shocking moment. A lot of people, straight from the outset, said it was Glenn, and there are reasons for that. We'll get to that later. But that's one reason why it could be Maggie, because they might be doing a bit of a switcheroo. There's no one else Glenn would switch with other than Maggie. Like, that'd be a good twist on it.
Yes, it would.
There's also the other thing of a nice easy way to get around the childbirth thing, because it would be awkward casting a child and having to film with a child.
Yeah, like, even though Judith is in this, she's not really in this. Like,
No.
you hardly ever see her anymore, so what is the point of having a child when you're never gonna see her?
There is a chance that maybe they film with Judith, and then after this they're just like, oh my god, we need to get rid of this baby.
We don't like
this. We don't want to film with babies anymore. Kill her off. The reason she won't die is that she's gone through a lot. She's cut her hair, she's got baby problems. There's a lot of stories going on with her. We don't think she's gonna die just straight off after that.
Yeah.
Also, when the person got hit, Negan said, "Oh, taking it like a champ." She can barely stand up.
Yeah.
She can't walk.
One hit, she'd be dead, I believe.
She
because she's so ill. She's like on death's door bed anyway. So why would he want to kill someone for fun when they're already dead, pretty much?
And plus, killing off a woman who's pregnant, and it being Maggie, people would just straight off say Negan's just like massive villain, whereas some people say that he's supposed to be like kind of likable at the same time, but starting off like that would just straight off cause him to be a villain. So I would say Maggie would be about like 80-90% safe.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty sure she's safe.
Yeah, we are. Number 4.
It's the motorcycle rider crossbow wielding Daryl.
Yep.
Reasons why Daryl might die: big character, people go crazy on it. We've all seen the Facebook posts. We riot if he dies.
Yeah.
Quitting the show if he dies. That would be massive for Negan to kill him.
Because they'd lose a lot of fans if they would do what they say they do.
But at the same time, I think a lot of people would be like, props to them for killing off someone so big. The other part for that is that he's had quite a bit of story this season. He was also one of the people in the van who, throughout the episode, we saw a first-person viewpoint of someone in the van. So if at the end it was also first person, it could have been him. It could have been a link to that.
Could have been.
There were also others. We'll get to those later. Also, recently, Norman Reedus has been doing a lot of projects.
Like, he's got a movie that's come out. He's doing like a documentary thing. He was working, and possibly still is, we don't know, working on a game.
Yep.
So, who knows what else he's doing.
It does seem strange that his schedule suddenly freed up, but at the same time, it's not that hard to do multiple projects.
Yeah.
It doesn't immediately mean he's going to die. The other thing, which a lot of people kind of skip by sometimes, is that he's not in the comics. So, in terms of wanting to like not miss out on comic storylines, Daryl is the easiest person to kill.
Yeah. He could be killed off any moment, but he probably isn't because he's the favourite of most fans.
Brings us on to the reasons why he won't die. So yeah, one of the things that we saw as being quite important is that Daryl's got a lot of hair. If you did the first person viewpoint and it was Daryl, the hair would be all over the face.
Yep.
That would be all you'd see. I know it might seem like a nitpick to some people, but if you're looking at details and clues, and I think the Walking Dead likes to do these kind of clues, then the hair thing is actually going to be a main point to us. Another thing is that in just the last episode, Daryl got injured, and you don't just go from like thinking someone's dead to then being like, oh, he's dead now. Also, the fact that he's injured might mean that he won't take that hit as well, like you said before.
Exactly, same as Maggie. He's like close to death. Like, have you seen his face? He looks terrible.
Yeah.
Why would you go for an easy target like that?
Plus, he's still got some stories with D. White.
Yeah, Dwight.
D. White. Negan and Daryl are also really good friends in real life. They're two actors. We were watching The Talking Dead and they were really chummy with each other. So it would seem weird to just get rid of Daryl and bring in someone who's very close to him. I know that might seem like a small thing, but
yeah,
it just makes sense for them to stay together.
Still a little thing to put in there.
And finally, the biggest thing is that everyone loves Daryl, and most of the merchandising for Walking Dead is about Daryl.
His crossbow, his jacket,
little toys,
everything. He is the one that has like all the merchandise.
He is the visual of the TV show.
He is the visual.
So I think they're going to hang on to him for that, which is why we think he's probably like, what, 70% safe, 75%?
Yeah, I don't think they'd...
No.
I don't think they'd kill him off.
They could do a twist, but we don't think he's going to die.
Yeah. Number 5, Rosita.
Arriba! So the reason why Rosita might die is that she's probably one of the easiest of the kills. Like, little character could just kill him off, no one could really care.
She's never really been that big of a character.
No, you can just get rid of her pretty easy.
Yeah. She's always been quite a small character. She's been Abraham's love interest kind of thing. Thing on the side, but she's never like had a proper story to herself.
No.
She's never been the big girl in the show.
Another thing is that just like Daryl, she was also in the van with the POV shot. Similar point to that, don't need to go over it again. Another reason why she might die is that she's one of the people who is obsessed with killing, being cocky, going out there looking to kill people. Which is part of the story of Negan, of people being like cocky and being like, we are the best, we can kill you, give us your stuff. And also killing her off would be kind of symbolic of being like, calm down. Sit down, calm down.
Calm down, Rosita.
Reasons why she won't die is that no one cares about her.
Yeah, she's not that big, like, no offense to her, but if she died, not a lot / no one would be really that bothered. It'd be quite a shock, kind of, but they'd get over it really quickly.
And it would make Negan's like big engine be like, oh, big bad guy, he killed Rosita.
Oh no!
Oh no!
know. Whereas if he killed Daryl, everyone would be like crying pretty much.
Yeah. That's why we don't think she's gonna die. She's not a character, basically. There's better choices, basically, in the lineup of the 11 people who are there.
Yes, and we think if she doesn't die with Negan, she's going to probably die in this next season anyway. Because her story has pretty much come to an end. She's not with Ginger Guy anymore. Number 6, Michonne.
So the reason she might die, she's happy. That's a killer.
That is a killer. If you are happy on the show,
You are dying. You're getting Luciele.
Luciele.
She was also one of the people in the van. POV shot, we mentioned before, reason why she could die. It'd be a really big shock to see her go because it would be so out of the blue.
Michonne is the biggest female character on the show for us, and yeah, we don't think she's gonna die.
It would also hurt Rick a lot if she died. If you wanted to get at the leader of the group and really bring Rick down, him losing another girl.
If you saw it in the episode where he saw just her hair attached to the zombie,
Yep.
he looked really psycho afterwards, like he was just gonna snap again.
That was Psycho Rick
So
coming out.
imagine him losing her.
Yeah.
He'd just go crazy.
So reasons Michonne might not die, she doesn't really fit in with the theme they're going with here of like bringing down people who think they're cocky and all that. Michonne is like confident in her killing abilities, but she doesn't like go out looking for it. She's more of like a law enforcement type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. She'll do it if she has to, but she won't purposely go out.
No. So killing Michonne won't really like bring her back down or bring anyone like it doesn't like bring forth the theme of like killing off that cockiness. Which is why it doesn't really sit right with us that she would die at this point, which is why we don't think she's gonna die.
Yes.
Also, she's very popular, a lot of merchandise around her, just like Daryl.
Yes.
Like, if Daryl was to die, she would be the next visual of the group.
Yes, she would.
The other thing as well, might be a little thing, Rick's lost a lot of girlfriends recently. Just this season, he's already lost one.
He can't lose another one.
Not 2 in one season.
Well, it's going to be the next season. Half this season, half next season.
Either way, that's a lot of girlfriends to lose this quickly.
Yeah, he's not very good with the girls.
No, that'd be, if
Can't
he lost
keep
another
them.
one, that'd just be a curse.
Oh, yes.
Also, her hair would be in her face, as we mentioned before. You'd see like dreadlocks flowing around as she got hit. Something else as well is that she hasn't really had many stories at the moment yet. She hasn't had her moment, especially not this season.
Yeah, I mean, she's been with the moment with Rick, but even then, that's like her and Rick, not just her.
I feel like she's got stories to come, basically.
Yeah. Number 7.
Woo woo! Sasha!
Sasha.
So, reasons why Sasha might die. She's also a bit of an easy character to kill off. Not like a massive character to upset loads of people, but maybe just that big enough that it could feel like it's more like an important kill.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of got like a little story with Abraham, but that seems like
It's coming to a close now.
Yeah, it seems like it's already had its big like thing. It doesn't seem like it's gonna go on that much longer, and if it does, it's not gonna be that interesting.
No, and now that they're happy, that's also a reason why they might die.
Yeah.
They've come to their
Thinking
close.
about babies.
So, it's never a good sign. So we think that might be a reason why she might die. On the other hand, reasons why she might not die, she's not a big character.
She wouldn't really upset that much people.
Even in the show, it doesn't seem like a lot of people like really care about her.
Yeah, you don't really see her with many people. You see her on her own, look like on the shooting thing.
Yeah.
Look out, but you don't really see her in groups that often.
No, it doesn't seem like it would have that much of an impact, especially not the impact that they're looking for with this Negan kill.
Yeah.
Basically, the main point we came with Sasha is that we couldn't think of many reasons why she could die, and we couldn't think of many reasons why she couldn't die. She was like the 50-50 choice of like, she could, she couldn't, there's no point why she couldn't, there's no point why she could.
I mean, it would upset a few characters, but I think they'd be upset for like an episode and then get over it kind of thing.
Even like people watching, they would just get over it. It wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah.
So, this is what we're going to call the halfway point. Everyone we said before, we're pretty sure aren't going to die.
Pretty sure they're like safe.
Yeah. These next 4 people, we think it could be any of them.
Yes.
Some more than others.
Yes.
We have our own opinions there. We'll tell you who we think it is at the end of the video, because we actually have a bit of conflicting ideas.
Yeah, we think it's different people.
But before we get to those 4, there are some overall points about all of them that we need to discuss.
Get off our chest.
One of the first things I saw when I watched it And I was saying, like, this is why it's them, is that the last thing you see before someone gets hit is Negan walking past Rick to his
shadow on the side of his face.
Yeah. So everyone on Rick to Abraham's side, I think, all the way up to Glenn, we think it might not be them as much. Obviously, it's weird because they were jumping around, so it might be chronological, but if they're following that, then we think it's going to be someone on the left side of Rick.
Yeah.
On top of that, when Negan actually hits someone, he walked in as if he was walking that way as well. He goes like a little like, you're it.
And he only takes about 4 steps to do this as well.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we think it's actually someone on the left side of Rick, which takes away like over half of the people.
Yeah, there's only about 3 or 4 there left.
We'll mention who it is with the last 4 people who we think it's more likely to be because of that, and who we think it's not going to be because of that.
Yeah.
But that is one of the big points we wanted to mention. Something else that people have mentioned online, which we've been sort of like iffy on, is about the direction people are facing. All to do with the RV and the position of the RV. We got so confused on this, and ultimately we kind of just think it doesn't matter which way people are facing, right?
Yeah.
Because we think you might just be looking up at the woods, you might...
Yeah, because they're on their knees, they're looking upwards. The RV might be above, be below what they're looking.
We also think they might have just shot the scene without knowing exactly what the person was going to be looking at. We don't think the camera literally just went exactly where they were. So this is kind of a lesser point, but we just want to point out that it might be a point. Something else that's been going around the internet at the moment is an audio clip that's happening when the POV shot happened, which has been slowed down so you can hear what they've said. We'll play it over top now. Heard it? Okay, so it's a bit iffy on exactly what they say, and we were talking about this, that when you hear what you want to hear, that's all you can hear.
And a lot of people have been saying that it's a fake.
Yeah.
And that people have been grabbing things from different seasons and putting that in, like the mag that Glenn was meant to be saying. Or we also think that if the directors did put it in, that it could be like a little Easter egg kind of thing to like hint towards the comics.
Okay, so another point to make is that all this POV shot thing, ending it on the point of view of the person getting killed, leaving it as a cliffhanger, we think that the reason they did this is to make you think it's someone else, to make you think all these months it's someone, so they can flip it around on you and it'll turn out to be someone else, because that's sort of the point of the cliffhanger, to surprise you. So, to that end, we don't think it's going to be who you think it is.
Yeah, I came up with the idea that next season's going to start in the POV of maybe Glenn, and you're going to like see everything as Glenn, and you're going to think, oh my god, I'm Glenn, so I'm going to die right now.
Yeah.
But then you're going to be Glenn watching whoever else dies. There's like a...
We just think it's going to be a whole big old twist. But we think that's what's going to happen. You're going to be Glenn watching someone get killed, and that's why you see the POV of someone in the truck.
Because it would make sense, it would follow on so well.
And it would even be a little nod to the comics as well, because obviously, as we'll say in the next point, Glenn is the one who gets killed.
From Negan.
Yeah. So that's why it makes sense. Finally, this is a point that not a lot of people have said, but Trevor from GTA 5, the first time Rick and the group meets the Saviors, Trevor says to him, you might die today, or someone else in the RV might die today. Just think about it. They meet him again, he says it again, someone might die. Remember, treat them well. I think this might be foreshadowing that someone in the RV is actually going to die. More so than other things, because it's actually in the episode, it's repeated. Like, they want to show you that Rick should be thinking about the people in the truck, not to be cocky because one of them is going to die. Like, it's a message to him. And finally, when Rick gets there, he says, you're here, as if to say, what I was saying was true, someone in the RV is going to die.
Number 8.
It's Glenn.
Glenn.
Some people might be surprised by this, that he's not number 1. We don't think it's actually Glenn.
Oh, first off, I'm a massive fan. He's my favourite. Don't want him to die, but I don't think it's Glenn. At first, when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, it's probably Glenn. But
Yeah.
no, don't think it is anymore.
No. We're putting him in the top 4 because we do think there is a possibility, but we just personally think it's not. But the reasons why it might be him is that he is the person who got killed in the comics.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest reasons people always say.
Yeah. But then, people who have read the comics and are watching the TV show might be like, oh, this is boring, I know who's gonna die and all this lot. But the producers might, like, but I don't think the producers want that to happen.
No.
I think they want you to think it's Glenn and then have a twist and not be Glenn.
Yeah. I think they want the TV show to be different to the comics. Like, they might nod to it sometimes, but I think they want it to be its own thing. Because if you just follow the comics, then there's no point. And this cliffhanger wouldn't make any sense if you're just going to follow the comic, because people can just look up who died.
Yeah.
Because they know people are going to look up who it is. People are going to get tempted. We got tempted. And if you just look up who did it, then it's not a cliffhanger. So that's why we don't think it's Glenn. It's too obvious. Glenn, out of everyone, would hurt the group the most. Everyone loves Glenn. How can you not? He's got a little puppy face.
He's
so
always the
innocent.
one that helps people.
He's like innocence embodied. If he died, that would be Negan killing off their innocence, and it would really crush the group. Glenn was also one of the people who, if you do the eeny, meeny, miny, moe thing, it would land on him. There was also the POV shot from the van, which might be Glenn, even though there's a chance it might not be. That is a reason why it might be him. He's had a lot of time this season to build up quite a bit. He has had a fake death. Maybe this is their way of coming back and making it better. On top of that, there was also the audio, which if it's true, it would make sense, because it does sound like it's Glenn. But as we said, there are reasons why he won't die. It'd be too obvious of a kill. It'd be too obvious of a kill. There's also the thing that he would be on the wrong side. He is the only one out of the top 4 where where if we're right, he'd be on the wrong side of Rick. And so that's why we think it might be him. Also, one of the big things we think is that if it is the first person view of Glenn, it makes no sense that after getting hit, he'd just look up at Negan and just not say anything. When Maggie's right over there, that would not be Glenn's character.
No, he'd definitely communicate with Maggie, being like, look away, or I love you, and all this.
His last moment would be to Maggie.
He would look straight at Maggie and not care about what Negan's going to do to him.
No. Also, let's be honest here, Glenn has more lives than a cat.
Yes, he
And
does.
he's been through a lot this season. He's almost died like 3 times.
I know.
Give him a break.
Number 9.
It's Abraham. So the reason why we think Abraham might die is that he is a strong man. If Negan wants to kill off a strong person to show off how good he is, Abraham would be the good choice.
Yes.
Not to mention he's happy with Sasha. Nothing says dying like being happy. He's had a lot of story time. At first we didn't really understand it. Now that we've gotten here, it makes a bit more sense. Even him and Eugene had a goodbye scene, which could suggest that it's Abraham who's going to be leaving. Behind the scenes of The Walking Dead, there was a lot of moments with Eugene and Abraham. They were getting a lot of screen time for some reason. It might suggest that it is Abraham. Also, the audio clip would also make sense with Glenn, for it to be Abraham if the audio clip is true, because it'd be Abraham saying like, Glenn, calm down, I'm getting hit, not Maggie, because Maggie's right next to Abraham. It would make sense. There's also something else that we think is interesting, which is that Abraham has something left at Hilltop. There's a little necklace that Rosita gave him at Hilltop, and if they're going to Hilltop, then it could be that when they get there and Abraham's dead, they pick it up. Rosita could pick it up again, or Sasha could pick it up, and they can mourn his death. And it'll be like a little symbol, which could be quite nice. Also, since in the comics Glenn died, it fits with Abraham dying, because Abraham is one that saved Glenn's life. If you remember, Glenn was going to die in a tunnel or something, and then Abraham's group picked him up and carried him and took him back to his little lady friend, took him back to Maggie.
Yep.
So it makes sense that he could take the place of Glenn in this case. Something else is that he should actually be dead at the moment anyway, so it would make sense for him to just die off now, because he should already be dead.
Yeah.
There are reasons why he won't die though. If he dies the way that the person who took his place dying did, then he's still got some story to come. Something else is that, although he is strong, Negan might see that as a good thing that he wants it, because when he actually went up to him, Negan's reaction to him trying to be like, take me, is, being like, I could use you. On top of that, he is also on the wrong side of Rick, if that's to be believed. He is one of the only people who knows where the bullet making thing is, so he could help to produce the bullets. And he still has a lot of possible stories left.
Number 10.
It's Aaron. A wrong. So the reasons why Aaron might die is that he's also an easy kill. He doesn't have a lot of connections left. Doesn't have a lot of stories left. You could just kill him off. Could be pretty easy. Sort of a minor character. One thing that is kind of important is that he likes Maggie a lot, and he could be doing this for Maggie. It could represent the difference between him and Glenn, taking his place. Also, they discussed earlier something about baby names.
Yes, Aaron said that Aaron for a baby name was both as a male and a female name. So that could be a slight hint, being like, Aaron's gonna die and they're gonna name the baby Aaron.
As I said before, it doesn't have any stories left. It would affect the group quite a lot because Aaron was the one who brought them into
Alexandra.
Yeah, he's very close with Daryl, very close with Maggie, very close with Glenn. He has connections, even though the people might not think he's a big character. For the group, for the story,
yes,
it would affect them.
And also, at the beginning of the episode, he said, you're going to have to tie me up and beat me again. Because I'm coming on this van thing. So that could hint that he's going to be the one that dies.
He's going to be the one that gets beat up.
Yeah.
He could be suggesting it himself, maybe foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Not to mention he was in the RV, but Trevor said someone was going to die.
Yeah.
There's the chance. We only actually came up with one point as to why Aaron won't die, which is that he's not that big a character for people outside of the show.
Yeah, I know, it sounds really sucky, but we couldn't think of anything else, really.
No. It makes sense for him to die in a lot of ways, but the only reason why he wouldn't die is because we don't think that fans would think it's a big enough death because they don't like him as much.
It's not a big enough shot. He's a good character, but he's not a favourite.
Yeah, because when we started making this list, we kind of realised that Aaron has actually done a lot. He's a big character for the group, which is why it makes sense that he could die. But the only thing we can come up with as to why he couldn't die is that he's just not that big, and Negan wouldn't be as big of a character for not killing someone more important.
Yeah. So, just want a quick note that this is a different day, different everything, because the last video got a bit corrupted and we lost the ending. So, here to redo it again. Number 11!
It's Eugene. So in the finale episode, Eugene got a massive goodbye kind of thing, hugging everyone, being like, I'm going to do this for you guys, I'm stepping on the hero.
Also, he gave the bullet recipe to Rick.
Yeah.
Why would you give the bullet recipe away if you think you're going to be safe and if you're not going to die?
Yeah, plus there was the foreshadowing by Trevor saying someone in the RV might die. There was the fact that Rick let him on the RV, so Rick could feel responsible if he died.
Yeah.
There's so much that, just in this episode suggested and foreshadowed that it would be him. Especially the way that when he was in the RV at the end, he was ready to die for them. The way he looked, like he was ready to die.
Yes, die a hero.
That to us suggests that he will die. Especially because there's little things like his hair out of his face, he'll be on the right side of Rick. Something else is that if you did the eeny meeny miny mo game, the other person other than Glenn it would land on would be Eugene. Plus Eugene, he's had a lot of screen time recently and he's finished all his stories with, he's become one of the survivors, he stepped up. What now?
Another thing is that switcheroo with Glenn, Eugene and Abraham and Rosita are the ones that picked Glenn up when he was on his own, nearly dying again. And they saved him and brought him back to the camp. So that could be a twist.
A switcheroo.
A little switcheroo, instead of being Glenn, be someone that's helped Glenn. Because he won't die. He isn't a big character.
No.
And so the fans watching this won't be that upset.
No. A lot of people just don't even like him very much.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really like him. But that's another thing is we didn't really like him in the beginning, but because he's built his character up, he's become a bit more likable. He's not our favourite, but he's become more likeable. Another reason he might not die, he's a wimp.
Yeah, in that scene he was crying like a baby. Like, why would Negan want to kill a little wimp like that? Maybe that was a big point.
Yeah.
Plus Negan said like, oh, take it like a champ when you hit him. So it'd be like, I don't think Eugene would have done that. I think he would have just cried in the burn.
So you saw him crying at the end of the episode, and with the POV, you might have seen that the vision would have been blurred because of the tears in the eyes, and that's another reason why he might not have died.
Because it's not just like he was crying a bit, he was probably just like sobbing. That's a bit different than if someone like had a bit of tears.
Yeah. Only one who can produce. Although, he has given it to Rick, and Abraham knows where to go.
Yeah. So the plans will come back in some way. That one was just happening for no reason.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come back. Another thing is, Negan might not know that he can produce. Because, yeah, he would probably have checked in before he got him down. So, Negan might not know, and yeah.
We're just saying that to be like, if the whole thing's going to be about them having to produce stuff, he's the only one who can produce, so it sort of makes sense for him to stay around, but like you said, there's lots of ways around it.
Yes. So I think Eugene's gonna die. I don't know if that's too much of a obvious choice. I don't know. I just feel like it is either him or Adam.
And my gut instinct says Abraham, so we have a bit of a conflicting choice on this.
Yeah.
I went from, as soon as I first saw it, I was like, it's Glenn, then I watched a bit and I was like, it's Eugene, and I was like, it's Abraham.
Which is quite funny because even though we have different opinions, our opinions are still the same. Like, Abraham would affect Glenn as well as Eugene, because they were in the same group. It would still affect the whole camp. Yet again, it wouldn't affect the audience as much as someone bigger. Same as mine.
And we both agree that it's definitely one of these top 4 that we've talked about.
Oh, definitely. If it's not, I will be so shocked. Like,
yeah.
I guess we'll find out in October. So that was it for this video.
Tell us who you thought died in the comments. Tell us if you think we're wrong. Tell us if you think our points are stupid.
Which some of them probably are. We've probably gone into way too much detail with this.
Tell us if you think some of our points are right. I haven't heard many people saying about the trailer foreshadowing.
Nope. Yeah, I have, like, we've watched so many, but not many people have gone into, like, loads of detail like this.
I think that deserves a like.
Or, yeah, so I was just gonna say that.
All of our social medias will be in the description below if you want to follow us on there. Courtney posts a lot of pictures. We don't really do much on the others, but if you say hi to us, maybe we'll start posting more. Posting our opinions on Facebook and Twitter and all that and Tumblr.
Thank you for watching, and as always, stay tuned